Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now heavyweights, heavyweights. So we're gonna talk all of the top heavyweights, not all of them, but a couple of them. And we're gonna talk Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Anthony Joshua. He went off, talking to his people. Went off and called the promoter for Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel. He likes to call him Shelly Winkle. He calls him out of his name all the time, right? He called him a effer. I'm trying to leave it, PG-13. He called him effer. He's an arrogant effer. Why he's an arrogant effer now? It's because he won't answer the phone or answer the emails when he's getting emails from Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn thinks, well, Deontay Wilder don't even know he's been sent any offers, right? Because Shelly Winkle, right, is what she likes to call him, hasn't given him information, won't answer the emails. Now, guys, anybody that's been following this a little bit understands that Deontay Wilder has said himself he's not listening. They got to offer him 50-50 or he's not listening. We all know why through the negotiations over the years. We also know over the years, since last year, then Shelly Finkel was also the one who got gave the offer of $50 million and then $80 million for 2 fights. And then they didn't accept. He was also the guy who was negotiating the whole time and seeing all these lies coming out. He also watches Eddie Hearn do millions of interviews. He barely talks, Shelly Finkel. Barely talks. It reminds me of how Bob Arum be screaming at Al Heyman, another, not a promoter, but an advisor. Bob Arum, top rank exec, main man. He's always screaming at Al Heyman, insulting, saying things. Nothing comes back. You get ignored. At some point, that's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening here, right? Deontay Wilder and his team tried a long time to get with Anthony Joshua and fight him. Right? They did everything necessary. Everyone knows it's documented. Even Dillian White, with his own promoter, arguing with Eddie Hearn, telling him we know the $50 million was real. All right, Dillian White's British. He's under Matchroom. They know that $50 million is real. Other British guys, Frank Warren on his side with Tyson Fury, they knew that $50 million was real. Tyson Fury even said, I was embarrassed at the English at the time, and I wanted to protect our honor by taking that fight. So it's, pretty much everybody in boxing. So it's a desperate attempt to, just say something. I guess the best defense is a good offense, right? So at the end of the day, you got to stop disrespecting people. Now let's make this clear. Eddie Hearn is a promoter. Promoters have to promote their fighters, which means they have to lie from time to time. All of them do. So if we're getting on Eddie Hearn, me personally, when I'm getting on Eddie Hearn, mostly about his negotiations with Deontay Wilder, with his Anthony Joshua, which is his main guy. He seems to get delusional with that. He seems to just get off track in terms of being honest, right? Those kind of things. In terms of his fighter feeling entitled, and everyone else. Have you noticed how hard it is for people to fight Anthony Joshua because no one's worthy? Those kind of things. Exploiting his fan base, right? But that's what people do. If you have fans that want something and say, hey, this is cool for us to do that, then you're probably going to do that, right? So when it comes to Anthony Joshua, and then Eddie Hearn, I don't agree with him. But sometimes I don't forget, and I ask myself, if you were a boxer, how many promoters would you want instead of Eddie Hearn, right? Who would you want? Bob Arum? Is he more honest? Oscar De La Hoya? Better save some of your money because he might snort it away. You don't know what he's going to do, right? So let's not to act like they're better, right? Now, we know that Al Heyman's a good advisor, but he's not promoting. So who else would you want instead? Frank Warren is cool, but don't get on his bad side. Very vindictive dude, right? You get upset and he be coming after you, right? There's not, we can go way back to Don King if you want to. So it's not too many promoters where everybody's like, hey, what's up? That's the guy right there. That's the great guy. Eddie Hearn right now, other than Anthony Joshua, and he's still handling his business with Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest stars in boxing, even though he just only fought in England. So they're making that happen, right? And he's about to do some things in the middleweight division. The Zone and gave him almost $1 billion. And he's got Daniel Jacobs, he got Demetrius Andrade, and a whole lot of others. Canelo's not under him, but he's got him fighting at the Zone. So he's doing stuff. And another thing, you can watch fights. When you watch fights, every third one, Eddie Hearn will be sitting in the audience, which means he's also working, right? He's talking, but he's moving and working. That's why his father gave him to play. You young man, you ain't got no mileage on them knees. Go on, you mess up your knees a little bit and your jaw by talking all the time, and he's ready to do it. So that's not bad about Eddie Hearn. He's one of the best promoters out there right now and one of the hottest. Only don't expect people who've been doing it way longer than you that you're disrespecting, right? To also not be, well, I can say disrespectful towards you, but at least to ignore you, right? No, you always in attack mode. People just ignore you after a certain amount of time. Your commodity is good, but it's not the only commodity. And yes, when Deontay Wilder says, yeah, he can line up some opponents and don't fight you in 2 years, Eddie Hearn mad that he said that. What do you mean you're going to have to fight me in 2 years? If I would have said that, but that's exactly what Anthony Joshua said about 217. When are we going to fight Deontay Wilder? Man, it could be 219, 220. Remember all of that? Well, that's exactly what is happening. Barry Hearn, the father said, shoot, about 9 fights down the road, they don't care if they fight Deontay Wilder. So you said that. So nothing happened, right? When Deontay Wilder said that, the reason being is because he's sick and tired of y'all, just like we said. He got no more time for that. So when you come to him, you're going to come real or you just won't come at all. That will be the deal. That's not too hard to understand. That's exactly how I would act or any other person with integrity. Ain't nobody playing around. That's all that was. So the playing is left up to you when it comes to the Anthony Joshua with the Deontay Wilder negotiations. Other than that, he's handling his business. Now, you're going to call your boy Effer. Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to say F you back. But, well, how is he going to do that? By simply ignoring you. That's what's going to happen. From the same school. Doing Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.